I'm full of shit.
Condemn, don't touch me.
You're the one that touched me.
Yeah.
Come on, what makes it backwards? Come on.
Why do I have to say it?
Because you've made the claim, so you present the evidence. This is Speaker's
Why do we have
Corner.
to go over
You don't
and over
just
again?
make claims
Arabs
and they just wander
castrated
around.
African
Oh, you've had time to
slaves.
think about it now, yeah?
Why do we have to go over this? They castrated African
Because
slaves
I've just started the
like
conversation with you.
monsters.
You're talking about English.
I'll give you a point.
You know,
What about paedophilia?
No, I don't care about that.
What do you mean? It's literally a point to help them.
Well, nobody even knows if Muhammad existed, for goodness sake. You're
Of
worried
course.
about an
Of course.
imaginary 12-year-old
Okay,
girl.
okay. You don't believe Muhammad
That's
existed.
a weak point.
Okay, you don't
The
believe
point
that.
is
You don't believe existed.
of the Old Testament.
Okay, no
and
problem.
it's inferior to the Old Testament.
Okay,
in every
you're
way.
putting a few things out there. Firstly, Muhammad
Talmud-
existing. Firstly,
Talmud
Muhammad existing.
And the Old
Are
Testament
you a Christian?
absolutely destroy
Are you a
Islam.
Christian?
Why do you hate the Jews, the people you learn?
We don't hate the Jews. We don't. Wait. We
I
don't hate
have
the
to
Jews.
say what I am.
We do because it's the early Christians that have actually
I'm a man of
attested.
God, all right?
It's the early Christians that have actually attested to the
believe in
existence
God,
of the
a
Prophet
personal relationship
Muhammad,
between
peace
me
be
and God,
upon him.
nothing to do
For
with your
example,
imams and
Thomas
your
the
priests. I
Presbyter.
don't give a damn
Thomas
what
the
they say.
Presbyter is somebody.
It's my business.
Thomas the Presbyter.
Between me and God, it's my business. No one else's business.
He's not a Christian.
No, I'm
Okay.
a deist.
Okay.
You don't even know what deist is.
Yes, I do know what they used to. Okay, so Thomas the,
famous deists in
Thomas the
history?
Presbyter is somebody that around, I think it was within 10 years of the Prophet, peace be upon him, passing
such a
away.
waste of time
It's a
speaking to
historical
people
document.
like you.
So I'm giving
Why
you
do I have to-
evidence.
Why do I? why
I'm
am I
giving you
speaking to
evidence
you?
about the
I don't
claim
wanna
that you
speak
said
to
the Prophet has existed.
You're retarded.
Yeah, okay, what makes me retarded?
That you follow Islam.
I follow Islam, so I'm retarded.
Yes.
Okay.
Case closed.
I'm retarded, therefore.
So
Okay,
stop
so
talking to me now.
1.8 billion people on the planet are retarded.
Yes.
Because they believe that you
Most
should
English
love your
peop-
neighbor,
most
you
English
shouldn't
people
kill
are
innocent
retarded.
people,
They're
you don't
atheists.
believe in the Trinity, you don't believe God is just
Most
sitting
English
there
people are
doing
retarded.
whatever. Huh?
Most English people are atheists.
So
You see?
English people are retarded as
Yes.
well, according to you.
Anyone who doesn't believe in God through their own personal experience is a retard.
Well, how do you know the Muslims that you've labeled all as retarded don't believe during their, well, because of their own experience
Because
as well?
you see how it destroys every country it touches, but still you carry on.
What are you going on about?
Tell me
Which
what
country?
Good economy.
Which country?
Which Islamic country has a good functioning economy?
Well, the West relies
Well,
upon Saudi Arabia and its petrodollar.
Yes,
Your economy
they're-
is resting upon
they're
these Arabs
aristocracy.
with these
They're
turbans and their robes who
monarchy.
you call backwards.
Arab is
Now
monarchy.
that the Arabs are taking away
They're
the
monarchy.
petrodollar, ooh,
They're
shaking in your
monarchy.
boots.
They're monarchy.
And now you're blaming your migrants when
They're a
you've got
monarchy.
LGBT flags everywhere, dangling off every
not
other
addressing the
building.
point.
Yeah, man.
Saudi
Wait, so
Arabia
what's a
is
man?
a monarchy.
What's a woman? What's a woman?
What's a woman?
Yeah, come.
Don't even.
You
go there.
don't know what a woman
It's
is?
nonsense.
Oh, so we're the backwards
Even
one, yeah?
asking that
I can tell
question
you
is
what a woman is.
a
I can
waste
tell
of
you
time.
what a man is.
Yes, but why do you even have to ask? You're
Because
buying
your
into the
own
nonsense
country
by
is
asking.
confused.
I'm not.
You've got 3 toilets. You go
Yes.
to Primark, they've got a third genderless
Corrupt
toilet. For you, for
They're
you
being
lot.
corrupted by Xi Jinping, Communist China.
Xi Jinping, yeah? Xi Jinping is coming over here, yeah?
Yes.
And he's telling
His
you
money-
that a woman
money-
is a man and a man is a woman.
Yes, they're using
He's laughing at you.
They're using
He's
it 'cause they
laughing
know
at
we're
you.
destroying
You're the
ourselves.
retard.
They know we're
You're the
destroying
retard.
ourselves.
That's
And
what
we
you are. No, you.
No, we're Xi Jinping
Tell me what a
knows
woman
we'll
is.
destroy
I don't
it.
blame Xi Jinping. What's a woman?
No, he's using it
What's
to
a
exploit us
woman?
because he knows that we've gone mad
Oh, so he's coming over here and he's pulling
Not
the strings, is he?
literally.
Okay, how then?
by
But-
giving money to LGBTQ.
Oh, so
people.
LGBTQ people are receiving
Yeah.
Chinese
Where do
money
you think
now.
they- where does
Oh,
their money
Xi
come
Jinping is dishing out the money. He's
LGBTQ.
making it rain on the LGBT people, is he?
King.
He's making it rain on them.
Yes.
Oh,
That's the
what's
best
the
way to
evidence?
destroy the West.
Is it?
If that's what I would do if I was a communist.
Okay, tell me what you think
monster.
about the Zionists then, their involvement.
The communists are far more sophisticated
Oh, anytime
They're gonna-
you speak to these people,
When they're
you
done with
know,
you,
your
they're gonna
politicians
kill
are
you.
in the pockets of the
than you. The
Zionists.
communists are going to
Why
kill
can't you
when
just say
they've-
it?
when they've used you.
Why can't you just say it?
Like the Uyghurs.
The
Do
communists
you
have
care
been
about the
used for
Uyghurs?
time immemorial.
Do you
It's
care about the
boring.
Uyghurs?
Look at William
Do you
Bloom.
care about the
of course,
Uyghur
of
brothers?
course we do.
Do
William
you?
Bloom has written an
Why
entire
aren't you
book
saying
called
anything about
Killing
it?
Hope.
Why
That
aren't you
communism
protesting
have been
outside the
used
Chinese embassy?
since World War II.
Why aren't you protesting outside
it's
the
boring.
Chinese embassy?
Now tell
For the
us
Uyghur.
about
The
the
Uyghur
Zionists.
brothers.
What do you think
Where are
about
your
the
Uyghur
Zionists?
brothers?
Of course, we condemn what's going on.
Oh, do you?
Of course, yes.
To Xi Jinping, you
Yes,
condemn it.
yes.
He will kill you like that.
Okay, no problem.
Because the Chinese Communist Party is
Can we
far
move on to
more
the Zionists
powerful
now?
than Islam.
Okay, you can kill me, no problem. I'm here. I'm
yeah,
at
you
Speaker's
should be
Corner.
ready to
Come.
die if
Okay,
you
I'm ready.
really believe
I'm
in
ready.
God. But
Now
you
the
don't
Zionists.
understand God.
Now the Zionists.
If you understood
Oh,
God,
now
you
you're
wouldn't be
moving on
in
to God.
Islam.
He thought I wasn't going to condemn the harming
Well,
of the
you've done
Uyghurs.
nothing.
I condemned it straight
You do
away.
nothing.
Now you condemn the Zionists.
do
Go.
nothing.
Condemn the
No,
Zionists.
the
Go.
Zionists are obviously correct.
Oh. Ha, ha.
Yeah,
Okay,
ha.
what makes them correct?
Because they've been persecuted
Butchering
for
kids.
2,000 years.
Butchering
you fool.
babies. So someone gets bullied,
Nobody else
then
has
it's
been
okay
kicked
for you
out
to
of their
kill
own
kids.
homeland.
You're talking about the Old Testament.
Nobody's
This is what
been
it
kicked-
says. What does it
Jews
say in
are the
1
only
Samuel?
people kicked out
What
of
does
their
it say in the
homeland.
1 Samuel 15:3?
They didn't want to live in Germany, but they
babies.
did live, they were forced to live in
Kill
Germany,
infants.
and they worked better than the
Kill
Germans.
donkeys.
So the Germans killed them.
I ask you, if you're being oppressed, what have the donkeys done
Talk
to
to
you?
me, talk
What have
to
the
me.
donkeys done to you? What have the donkeys done to you? Why is in the
What
Old
the-
Testament that they're saying kill donkeys,
It's
kill
none of my-
infants, kill babies?
How I
You
interpret
just
the Old
said
Testament is none of
we've
your business.
copied the Old
You need-
Testament.
No, I interpret it.
Then how
on
comes
my
in the
own
Quran
terms.
nowhere does it say kill babies?
What?
There you go.
Nowhere does it say kill.
You're
don't
saying
kill
we're the
babies.
backwards cult. Zionists are the people that have been
Yes,
oppressed,
by
but
your
they're the ones
economy.
killing babies.
Your economy says
They're
it
the
all.
ones killing babies.
In modern times,
Your United Nations,
Islamic
United
economies
Nations,
are failed.
Amnesty International,
Syria,
Human Rights Watch, the UN repertoire.
Iran.
UN repertoire is
Pakistan.
saying there is a genocide taking
We
place.
give aid to Pakistan. We give financial aid to Pakistan. Come
Yeah,
on.
and you give billions to Israel
Yes.
to kill kids.
No.
Then what are they doing? Oh, what's wrong with killing kids? Is that one of your friends?
No. If you don't use AK-47s, it's not terrorist.
Look, listen. When you look at the reports by the United Nations,
If you've got an AK
look.
in your hand, you're a terrorist, right?
No, not
if you're
necessarily.
dropping
Not according to you.
Bombs.
The
You're a nation.
ICJ, International Criminal Court, they're issuing a warrant against
Seriously, get this
Netanyahu.
shit out my face, you lunatic. Stop filming. Talk to people. Don't watch other people talk.
Talk to him, talk to him.
And take that mask off, you creepy weirdo.
So look, mate, when it comes to the International
Don't
Criminal
be
Court,
afraid to die. Don't be afraid to show your face, you coward.
okay, when it comes to the ICJ, when it comes to the human rights, the criminal courts, all of them are unanimous that
Yes.
Israel
Oh,
are
the
killing
ICC,
people.
They're
killing
moral,
people
aren't they?
indiscriminately.
Such a moral organisation.
Okay, who do you think we should take as an arbiter between the
I
two?
don't care. I just want to close off to the world. Give a middle finger to the world. Say we're going to deal with England for English people. To hell with everyone else.
Look, I get the sentiment. Look,
Yes,
trust me,
and
I
you should do the
understand.
same. If
look,
we all did the same,
I
there wouldn't
understand
be
the
any more
sentiment.
wars.
I understand the sentiment.
Yes.
However, when you look
This
at
is
the practicality of it, post World War II, you don't see Pakistan
Well,
inviting people
That's
in
when we became
and saying,
a
"Come."
communist country.
That's fine. That's fine. Well, one second.
We tried
You
to
don't
beat the
see
Nazi-
Pakistan bringing everybody in
We
and
were
saying,
fighting
"Come,
the Nazis,
help
but
us."
We became the Nazis, don't you see?
So England are Nazis.
Yes. National Socialists.
So England are Nazis. They're
Yeah.
retarded.
The NHS started in 1948, yeah? Everyone was against it, but somehow it still started.
That good thing or a bad thing?
Well, what do you think? Look at the state of it.
Well, look at the state of it. Doesn't mean it's a bad
Yes,
thing.
That's empiricism. You've got to judge the world by what happens. You can't just
What
say,
about-
no, it will work, it will work, it will work.
Okay, so when something happens, what do you suggest? That we follow the
That we go
American
back
system?
to before 1948.
The American system.
Like private.
But not everyone can afford that though.
That's tough titties.
Tough to ease.
Yeah.
You're going to have people dying, you're going to
Yeah,
have
we
people
used to have
struggling.
matrons, you know, that ran the hospitals right. Now we've got like some African mum who doesn't know what the hell she's doing. And that's not racist, that's just the truth.
Yeah, but if the African mama was not there, who else would be there?
I don't want to be careful by an African, I want to be careful by my own people.
And they're not interested in those jobs because they pay pittance.
No, because because cheap foreign labour does it so we can just sit back and be lazy and stupid.
Not necessarily. If you've got
Not ne- this
if
is
you've
what's
got somebody
happening
coming from
right
abroad,
before our eyes.
if you've got something coming from abroad, he doesn't know the language.
Exactly.
He doesn't know the
So we have
language.
to
He doesn't know the
educate.
culture,
We have
and
to
he's
get
getting
up
the
to
job.
speed. It takes years to get
He's
up to
getting the
speed.
job.
I know.
And the Brit is just sitting there going, "Oh
You wanna
man,
be treated by
everyone's
that?
taking my
You wanna
job."
be treated by someone
If
like
your
that?
job is being taken by somebody that can't even speak the language,
rather take my
maybe you should
chances.
sort your life out.
I'd rather take my chances than be careful by third world nurses.
But mate, whether she's third world or whether she's fourth world, if she's going to take care of you, she's going to take care of you.
No,
if Catherine and
it's not
Margaret are
right.
sitting at home
You shouldn't mix
and you've got the
first world
African
and
mama
third
that's
world.
there, respect the African
The first
mama.
and the third world cannot live together
Well, what makes you say that?
because there's a massive divide in society.
Not necessarily. Hey, you got
What?
people that have been born here for
Nobody
generations.
knows-
What's the divide?
Nobody I know has like Somalian friend or what you know. It's
Well, just because
it's
you
just
don't know
fantasy.
doesn't mean they don't
it's
exist.
Utopianism. It's utopian, which is communism, and it's
Just because you don't
fail,
know,
fail.
just because you don't know, it doesn't mean that they can't exist.
Yes, but it's proved from the last 20 years, multiculturalism has failed. Even Angela Merkel, who's like the craziest like globalist out there, even she said it had failed 10 years ago.
Right, so what?
So even the people who were trying to push this social experiment of multiculturalism say it's failed. But oh well, let's just carry on now.
But mate,
It's too late.
you know how you're saying LGBT has been weaponized?
Yes.
I would say migrants have also been weaponized as
Yes, by the Chinese Communist Party.
well. No, why always the
Well, why?
Chinese?
Because they never mention
What's
them.
this aversion against Zionists?
the
You
politicians
know
never
your
mention-
politicians are in the pockets of the Zionists. Gary Labner, 100
That's so-
million, he's donated
so,
over
like,
100 million
lazy.
to the Labour Party. The Labour Party most likely are going to come into power.
Yeah, the Rothschild.
You know they're going to come
yeah,
into power.
Nathan Rothschild loaned our government.
And who was he?
Millions.
Who was he?
To buy the Suez Canal.
Who was he? Nathan
France.
Rothschild.
Oh,
Who was
French.
he? Who was he?
He was a great man. No, he
was
was
a
like
Zionist.
biblical prophet.
Oh, the Zionist has
He
become the
sent
prophet
his
now.
Children, no, his father sent his children all around Europe, and they saved our asses. And everyone hates them because they save us over and over again. That's why people hate Jews.
How have the Jews rescued the UK?
Oh, only through like innovation, creativity.
Yeah, what creativity? Creativity in
The West.
weapons?
Let's just say
Creativity in
Hollywood. Think
spyware?
about Hollywood, yeah? In the early days of Hollywood,
Yeah.
it was basically Jewish propaganda. Stories about Moses, David. Yeah?
Right.
So that's pretty profound, right? The biggest movie-making industry in history
Yeah.
is basically run by Jews.
So you're saying Hollywood is run by Jews, yeah?
It was after the war.
And now when you're seeing
Gone with
the
the Wind was made by a Jew.
when you see the LGBT thing being slammed into our faces in Hollywood,
Yes.
is that also being put forward by
Yes.
the Jews?
Yes, by communist Jews. Jews who are
Okay.
ungodly
Now we're
Jews.
getting some progress
You
now,
know
yeah?
George Soros, yeah?
Yes, of course.
Yeah, he's like completely anti-God. He's the devil.
So is
himself.
Benjamin Netanyahu.
No, he's not.
He's an atheist.
He's a God-fearing man.
He's an atheist.
I don't think so.
Oh, come on, mate. All right, check it when you go home. Ben Gurion, one of the founders of
How can
Israel,
you- how
or
can
the first prime
How
minister of
could a
Israel, he was
Jewish
an
leader
atheist.
Be atheist? That's just absurd.
You can be a Jew and you can also be an atheist.
No,
Check
we're
this when you go
secular.
home.
It's communism. We don't want secularism.
Look. Look, I'm up. Look, stay with me, stay with me. Focus.
It's worked out so well in Russia and China, hasn't it?
Focus.
There are people wailing in
I'm
emotional
alright, how are you?
pain
You
on
alright?
the streets.
Where's the thing gone?
I'm changing my image.
Religion is
Week
bad.
by week. So
Hey,
that you won't recognize who I am.
Oh, mashallah. Mashallah. How are you, brother?
Where is hijab and
Hijab's not here. Ali probably come later.
he will come later?
Yeah. Bro, give me some water, please.
And where's Modi?
I don't know. He's making his money streaming with Neon.
The point is you just got to leave people
But that bottle's there, yeah?
The relationship with God is a personal thing.
No, I understand.
Nobody else's business.
No, I was just confused what you meant by communists not liking secularism, because they are typically very against religion, or at least in the
Yeah,
past.
they are.
Yeah.
Hitler put his picture on the altar in Catholic Church. Socialism is the new religion.
Mate, check this when you go home. Benjamin Netanyahu is an atheist.
It's a religion.
Ben Gurion is an atheist.
And the zealots are even more dangerous than any people in the past. They will kill you. They'll kill you
Okay,
for
back to
speaking
me.
the
Hello.
wrong speech.
Focus.
The wrong speech. I don't. But,
The atheists, mate, just go home and check.
you're just,
I'm blowing your mind. I know,
no,
your
no,
mind
you're
is being
just
blown
not
at the
really
moment.
worth speaking to.
You are, because you've spoken to me for the last 15 minutes and I've blown your minds.
No. I've
Look,
given
I
you
can
15
tell.
minutes
I
of my
could
time,
see your
and
pupils
you're very-
dilate when you were
should be
speaking
very
to me.
grateful.
I could see the joy in your face.
Because I'm sick and tired. Why don't you just leave? Just leave.
Speaker's Corner, we come here to talk.
Yes, it was won by my ancestors, not by yours.
In fact, I don't
They
know
didn't
about
make
you.
It for Pakistani
I
lunatics
like
like
speaking
you.
to you.
Yes, of course you do, because I'm speaking the truth.
Not really. There's
you're
only like
speaking
1%.
Lies.
The only 1% that you've said is the truth.
Like what? What
It's
was
and
false?
those are the conjunction words.
What were the false?
Mostly, like you're saying that, look, when you're saying that the Zionists have been oppressed, Yeah, and that's why they're allowed to kill babies.
Israelites have been oppressed for 2,000 years.
Yeah, but before that, they were the
They've been
Canaanites.
kicked out of their house.
Yeah, by who?
The only people.
By who?
The Romans first.
Yeah, Christian Romans.
Well, the Babylonians.
Europeans didn't want them.
But the Persians saved them from the
And
Babylonians.
then Britain gave it to Israel,
It
and now
wasn't
suddenly
ours
they
to
want to.
give. We happen to be the most powerful people
Exactly.
in the world. And, that
And then
was
the
best.
Balfour Declaration.
It wasn't perfect, but it
Yeah.
was better than nothing.
Okay, it was. What's better than nothing? Giving a land
Better than
that doesn't
Palestine.
belong to
It all
you,
used to be Palestine, which it doesn't
and
exist.
everything was fine.
There's no such thing. Oh, everything was fine.
Yes.
It was
According to your
a
history.
Third world shithole.
According to
Like
who?
everywhere
According to
that has
Netanyahu, the
Islam.
atheist.
The whole Middle East is a shithole, apart from Israel.
The whole Middle
I
East is
wonder
a
why.
shithole. Then how comes you're constantly in
Tel
the
Aviv.
last 100 years,
Compare Tel
Britain,
Aviv with anything
not a
in
single year,
surrounding countries.
not a
You can't
single year,
compare, man.
not a single year has passed in the history of Britain in the last 100 years that they haven't been involved in some war in the
Yes,
Middle East.
that's because
Why
we had
are you so
communism-
obsessed with the
communism
Middle
taken
East?
over for 100
Because you
years.
want the oil there. You want the influence there. Why is it that in Iran?
Why does Rishi
why is
Sunak
it?
not let us get our own oil out the North Sea?
That's fine.
Why does he wanna
I
buy
don't think
off
you should have
corrupt
Rishi Sunak.
states?
I don't think you should
Yes,
have
but
Rishi
why
Sunak.
do you-
Mohammed
why do you wanna
Mossadegh.
be
Mohammed Mossadegh was a
living in a
democratically
country where we
elected
have
leader of Iran
banana
in
republic?
1951.
We're a banana
He was
republic now.
democratically elected leader.
Rishi
Britain got
was
involved.
not.
America got
Rishi was
involved
not.
and then overthrew the democratically
Rishi
elected
Prime
leader
Minister?
and then replaced it
You
with the
gotta
Shah.
ask yourself, why is
are you
Rishi
butting
Prime
in?
Minister?
Why are you butting in to international countries that have got nothing to do with you?
I don't want
Mind
to.
your own business.
I want to do that.
Then why is it that when you've got Lumumba, when you've got Allende, when you've got Mohammed Mossadegh, you're taking down democratically elected leaders and then replacing them with vassal leaders who are then oppressing their people get pissed off, and then you guys are like, oh, what have we done? Leave us alone. We haven't done anything. Look at 90% of the globe.
I've done nothing.
90% of the globe at one time or another has been colonized by the British, by the UK.
And we gave it all back.
And then you gave it all back. Yeah? You gave it all back.
Yes.
To who?
To the people.
Palestine to Israel, Kashmir to
We
who?
stopped governing.
India, Pakistan, who? No,
stopped
you guys fight about it. Yeah. Stop governing
Well, why don't you
because
try
you
it?
guys didn't have anything
Why
left.
don't you try and have an
And then you
empire?
left everything in turmoil.
Why can you not have an empire?
We did.
Really?
Yes.
What?
For
Indian
1,300
Empire.
years. 1,300
There
years.
was never an Indian empire.
You don't know your history, my friend. That's why I'm here educating you
What
about
was
your
the
history.
Indian Empire?
For 1,300 years, pre-industrial revolution, pre-Renaissance, it was the Islamic empires. You had the Abbasids,
Yeah, and what happened in
Ottoman,
Spain, eh?
Ottoman empires. Yes, in Spain, Muslims
It's all
were
gone.
leading for 800 years.
And they all
We
went.
had lights.
And they were
We had
driven out,
libraries.
like you're gonna be
Yeah,
driven
we
out.
had waste disposal systems. The economy was one of
Yeah,
the
and you
highest.
oppressed Jews
And
and
then
Christians,
you had
and it was
Daniel
great,
of
wasn't it?
Moli. No. Then Daniel of Moli came, looked at Toledo,
That's
looked at the
nonsense.
libraries, looked at the
and
universities,
Muslims lived
came
together in
here in
harmony
the UK,
in
then
Spain. That was
established
nonsense.
Oxford University.
Yes.
It was actually the Christians that came and asked the Muslims from North Africa, come and help us because we're being oppressed over there. And then the Muslims, led by Tariq bin
Yes, such
Ziyad,
great
went
centers of learning.
and helped and assisted the Christians
No.
and the Jews.
In the Middle East,
And
it was
then
Constantinople
Christians,
and Jerusalem.
Muslims,
Mecca was
Jews
nothing.
lived
Mecca was
together
nothing. Mecca will
for
never be
800
anything.
years.
Mecca was never anything.
For
and it never
800
will
years,
be anything.
Muslims, Christians, Jews
Islamabad
lived
is
together.
Nothing. Islamabad is nothing. Karachi, whatever. You've got so many capital cities.
There's only one
it's a
capital
mess.
cities, mate.
No, you have like a financial capital.
No,
like
there's one capital.
Islamic capital.
Well, I can say the same to you. You've got the city of London, you've got London City. What's the commercial capital? That you've got the business interests
Yeah.
electing their own mayor. Then you've got
But the difference is we
you've
got
got
a
you got London
over a
City with
1,000-year-old
Sadiq Khan.
history. Pakistan's got
So you don't deny that. You've got two
70
Londons.
You can't compare Pakistan
So
with
you've got
England.
two Londons. Is there two
Again,
Islamabads?
it's none of your business.
It's my business. I'm
No,
living
it's
in
not.
this country. I'm paying my taxes here. I was born in this
Why?
country. It is my
Why are you
business.
paying taxes to a
Because if I
corrupt
don't, I get
government?
slugged in prison, mate.
Good. No, you get deported. which
I
is
love
simple.
your answers. No, you don't get deported. Where am I going to get deported to? I was born here.
Pakistan.
But I'm not from Pakistan.
You're not?
No.
Your ancestors are not from Pakistan.
My ancestors, you can send my ancestors
So
back.
what's more important?
You can send my ancestors
What's
back,
more
not
important?
me.
Where you were born physically or your ancestors?
Well, I think where you're born physically.
Right. So if I was born in Pakistan, I would be Pakistani.
If you're born in Pakistan, you're Pakistani, yeah.
But there's no one like that. There's no English person that says that.
But I don't
But
care.
somehow you
You're
can-
asking, if I was born
Pakistanis
in
become
Pakistan,
English,
would I be a
but
Pakistani?
English
Yeah,
cannot
I'd say so.
become Pakistani.
Sorry?
Pakistani men can become English, but English men cannot become Pakistani.
I didn't say English.
That's
I say
interesting.
British.
How does that
Because I know when it comes to English, it's to do with race and, you
Yes.
know, there's that whole
Everything's
definition
to
thing.
do with race. You are
I
a
didn't say I'm
race.
English.
Your race is important. Your ancestor is
Yeah,
your
100
race.
meters.
And my race
You
is
do
important.
800 meters.
Well, never mind that.
Okay.
But race is important.
Trust me,
But we're
more
not allowed to
practice,
talk
the
race.
800 meters, no problem.
We're not allowed to talk about race.
You can if you want.
No,
You've been talking
I'm
about
saying
race for the last
in
15
the media.
minutes.
If I was
In the media?
if I had a high-profile job,
Yeah.
I would have been like completely destroyed by now, saying things.
Not necessarily.
There is no freedom of speech anymore.
One of the top donors, I can't remember his name, the top donors of the Conservative Party said Diane Abbott makes me hate all black people.
Yes.
They didn't reject his money and he's still in his position. So
I don't think he-
why are you saying
I
that you
think
can't
he's
say
the boss.
racist comments?
I don't think he's employed. That's the thing.
So
But
you
you
can
don't
say it
put-
in the media then?
If you're not employed by someone.
Well, there you go. So you can be
So it's
racist. So what was your
freedom for
point?
only the rich. Only the rich can have freedom of speech.
Can you deny the Holocaust here in Speaker's Corner?
Yes.
Okay, go on then.
Yeah. You can say it to a policeman, kill all Jews. They don't do anything.
Yeah, well,
But if you
well,
say,
should we try it?
can we deport?
Should we try it? Come.
Yes.
Come. Let's try it.
That's stupid. I've done it many times. I've seen it.
Well, let's do it on camera. Let's see.
I've seen it.
Come.
many times. No,
Let's try it.
We don't need to. You can
Yeah, we
see
do. It's an experiment.
There's hundreds
It's a
of hours of
scientific
footage
experiment.
of the Palestinian march.
There's no one in the Palestinian march
They're just
that has
watching-
said something like that
they're
hasn't
watching.
been arrested.
No.
Let's put it to the test.
They're all
Are you a
saying
coward?
it. They're all saying it.
Let's
To
put it to the
river,
test.
To the sea.
That's not what it means. That doesn't mean kill all Jews.
They don't even know which river and which sea
They
they're
do.
talking about, half the people.
Let's try it.
They
Let's
think
try
it's
it.
the Thames and the Channel.
Look, let's try it. Let's go to the policeman
Why?
and let's say it.
The police are brain dead.
Well, let's try it. Then it's going to be easy for you
I don't even wanna
to prove
talk
your
to them.
point and refute me.
I don't want to have to talk to even
That's
more
because you
stupid
can't. It's
person.
false. What you said is false.
What?
It's
Because
another
I
lie.
don't do what you say. I'm false.
No, because you can't evidence it. You
I
can't
don't want
prove
to go
it.
and speak to an idiotic
No,
policeman.
because you're not proving it.
I don't want to
Give
speak
me
to
one
it.
case study, one person
They don't have
that
them
said something like that
any
wasn't
mind.
arrested.
The policemen, can't think. There's no point.
No,
in
I
speaking
would
to
say
them.
that not every policeman is like
They're
that.
just told-
The policemen are here looking after us,
They're just told
getting employed.
arrest anyone who says anything slightly racist. That's all they know.
Not necessarily.
Yes. I got arrested for criticising the Chinese Communist Party to a Chinese person. He called the police and say, "Oh, he's been racist." And I was like, "I'm not afraid."
You were arrested.
I got arrested, thrown in a cell for 12 hours. Then he took me to court, cost me thousands of pounds going through court to defend myself.
Do you believe
In
this?
England-
Do you believe this country has freedom of speech?
No, well, that's proved to me that it doesn't. You can't criticise the Chinese Communist Party.
And that's the only one.
Yeah, because they own our asses. We sold out all our industry to the Chinese. So they got us by the balls.
All right.
You see, there's Ukrainian flag. Where's the Hong
What about
Kong
the
flag?
Zionists?
Where's
They
the Hong
don't
Kong
have you by
flag?
the balls?
To prove it.
I would say they got you by the
Prove
balls
it.
and by the hairs that are dangling off the
This
balls
isn't-
as well.
Yes, that's really like
Graphic.
helpful to the discussion. But
Definitely a
Thank you.
when you see the Ukrainian flag, where is the Hong Kong flag? That proves without a doubt
Yeah,
they're
don't-
scared to
stop spitting on
criticize
me.
China, right? Because they won't show the Hong Kong flag. It's worse than Ukraine and Hong Kong. But why
China-
why
Chi-
won't our government support Hong Kong completely?
Why don't you guys mind your own business?
Because Hong Kong is our business, because we got an obligation, because it was part of our empire.
Oh, here comes the return of the empire now.
Yeah, but I'm not saying I want to take over Hong Kong.
Isn't that like
I
a
wanna
Star
help
Wars
them
episode,
defend
the return of the
themselves.
empire?
I want to help them defend themselves.
Oh, you want to help them defend
Yeah,
themselves?
because we showed them how to do democracy.
Oh, you showed them how to do democracy
Yes,
as well.
that's
Wow,
history.
this is just unraveling.
Where do you
One
think
after-
they got the
showing
idea
them
from?
democracy.
Where do you think
Yeah,
Hong
helping
Kong-
them, freeing them
Who do you
from the
think founded
clutches
Hong
of the
Kong?
was it, what do you call them, the yellow peril?
They had a English
Yellow
governor
apparel, huh?
until 92.
Look, mate, just mind your own business, like you said
Yes, we
initially.
have.
Stick in your own
We
borders.
had an empire and we realised it's more trouble than it's
Vote,
worth.
vote for Nigel
So
Farage.
We wound up the empire.
Vote for Nigel Farage, like you're going to
Obviously.
do, yeah. And then just see how things are going to pan out and see what happens.
We won't get in because it's so rigged that communist Keir Starmer will get in. He's an out-and-out communist.
To be honest, I
And he's
do.
got a Jewish wife, so you're not going to vote for him, are you?
Well, I think Keir Starmer is going to come in. To be honest, Nigel Farage, I'm seeing the media working overtime to disparage Nigel Farage.
Yeah, they just got an actor to say, oh yeah, we should blow the migrants out of the water.
According to Nigel.
Which we should. Everyone's too scared to say it.
Not blow them out of the water, return them back.
What is the army for? No, we'll point a gun at them and say, turn back or we're going to shoot you.
Yeah, and then what about their surviving kids? They're going to come here and they're going to salute
They
you?
don't have
Or
any
they're going to come and
kids.
start attacking
They're
you?
all like 20-year-old men. They don't have kids.
20-year-olds don't have kids.
Well, they could, but... Or they've just left them
Look,
in a
stop
war-torn
making these
hellhole.
dead arguments. The point that I'm trying to say
But why would
is...
you leave your kids in
The
a
point that I'm
war-torn
trying to say
hellhole just
is
to have
desperation.
fun in England?
Desperation. They can't survive
Yes,
in their
desperation.
countries.
Your
Because you're
desperation-
bombing their
Your
countries.
desperation of your parents
You're
to leave
sending
your
weapons
country.
to Israel. You're sending weapons to
Because
Syria.
Islam has
You're sending
destroyed
weapons.
Pakistan, your father left.
Go on, make your point.
He left to come to a Christian
No,
sanctuary.
you guys invited us. They said, please
Who
come
invited
here,
you? Show me
rebuild
the
our
letter.
country,
Show me the letter
make
that
the tube
invited your
station so
father
our
to come and
people
live
can
here.
travel in peace.
Yes,
Help
we
us,
want fully
please.
educated
And
third world migrants.
then Mr.
Yes,
Muhammad
please.
said, okay, I will come and I will save this country.
Why
And
do we
Mr.
want
Muhammad came
fully
and saved
educated
this country.
Pakistanis?
Then he said,
How
Mr.
is that a
David,
benefit?
come here, save this country.
How is it a benefit
he
to
came
have
on the Windrush.
third world
He came on the
Pakistanis
Windrush.
living in my
Just
country?
Jamaicans came to save this
Yeah.
country.
Oh,
Then you
yeah.
guys started
How are Jamaicans
oppressing
gonna
them.
save us?
Then you started Paki bashing. Then you started saying, oh, these Pakis
No.
coming over here, it's taking our jobs. We gotta go,
No,
we
we're
gotta
giving
shave
you
our
the
heads.
jobs.
We gotta beat them up,
We're
mate.
giving you the jobs. You're not
Giving
taking
us the jobs. We came and
I
we
want-
made the jobs ourselves. We did the jobs you guys didn't want to do
No.
because you were sitting there
Yes,
having
you
your
did
pedicures
it
and your
for half the
manicures.
price. You did it for half the
You're
price.
si-
'cause
having
you've
your
got no
pedicures
money.
and your manicures.
You work for
That's what
anything.
you were doing. We were there cleaning
We
the
used to
streets.
pay our doctors a
We
fair
were there
wage.
running the corner
And
shops.
now we pay you half.
We were there driving you around like little Miss
Yes.
Daisy.
Why do you
what
wanna
were
be
you
our
doing?
lackeys?
Sitting at home,
Why do you wanna
complaining,
be our lackey?
scratching your ass, going, "Oh, these
Why do you wanna
foreigners
be lackey?
taking our jobs, mate."
Why do you want to be our slaves?
We don't want to be your slaves. In fact, you've left
You
us
are.
in such a
You're
situation.
bringing us food.
Our
Yeah,
people
driving
have
us around
felt
like chauffeurs.
have felt no other option but to come here and
Oh,
clean
no
your
other
toilets
option.
so we can survive.
We've got no other
because
option than
if you
freeload
look,
of the English.
Shashi Tharoor has written a book called Inglorious Empire. In the first few pages, he says,
Yeah.
look where India was before. It was a quarter of the globe,
Yeah,
of
burning
the
women
world's
alive.
economy. When Britain left, you only left them with
We left you with
3%.
trains, baby.
They were
And you
finished.
love your trains.
They had absolutely
You love
nothing.
your
The
trains.
trains were pathetic. They were a joke,
Apart
and they
from
were
the
only
Indian flag
used.
has a
They were
train
only
wheel on
used
it. The
to
Indian flag has a
transport
train
the
wheel on
slaves. They were only
They
used
worship
to
England.
transport
English
your
common law
own, your
reigns
own,
supreme.
your own cotton, your own infrastructure that you needed to enslave us further.
Yeah, but then we
Don't
buy
give
off
us
the Americans
trains.
instead because we
Don't
like
give
them
us
better.
trains. Don't give us trains.
We
Don't give us
did.
that
We
nonsense.
invented trains.
That's the argument
We
has
are the
debunked so
engineers.
much.
We are the
Mate,
engineers
just
of
open a book.
humanity.
Just open a book,
You've given us
and you will
nothing.
realize we haven't given you anything.
No, your Brahmins did in 2,000 years
We
ago.
haven't given you.
The
We didn't.
modern Indians
we,
have given us
we haven't
nothing.
given you algebra.
No, that was a
We haven't
Phoenician.
given you the first hospital.
No,
We haven't given you the
that was a Greek.
first hospital. Google this. The
Hippocrates.
first
Look
hospital.
up
Ahmad ibn
Hippocrates.
Tulun. Ahmad ibn Tulun, the first hospital.
You know,
Google this when you go home.
yeah?
The
Yeah.
first
Have you heard of the
university.
Hippocratic oath?
A woman
Have you heard of the
wearing the
Hippocratic
hijab. Ooh.
Have you heard of the
Fatima al-Fihri,
Hippocratic oath?
the first university. Fatima al-Fihri, the first solo flyer.
Where?
Abbas ibn Firnas.
Where's the first university?
Algebra came from the book
Timbuktu.
Al-Jabr wal-Muqabila
about Timbuktu?
by Al-Khawarizmi.
Now
Jabir
you-
ibn
now you're
Hayyan
just preaching
gave
like a
us
crazy
crystallization, distillation.
He's
Yeah,
not educated.
crystallization, distillation, amalgamation.
You're savage.
The first modern map by Al-Idrisi.
No,
You know the first map?
He's a medieval savage.
Okay.
Just because you got a
The-
nice Western suit on.
Thank
doesn't
you.
mean
At
you're-
least it's admitted I got a good
you're
suit.
civilized.
I wish I could say the
That
same
doesn't mean
about
you're
your shirt.
civilized.
I wish I could say the same about your
You're not
suit.
civilized.
So look,
Put on
the
your
first
phone. Put
modern,
on your
the
phone.
first, well, Jesus wore a thobe as well. Jesus wore a thobe as well.
2,000
And
years
are you
ago.
trying to say Jesus is uncivilized?
This is 2,000
Are you
years
trying to
ago.
say Jesus is uncivilized? Oh,
Compared to me,
yeah. Only when it comes to the Chinese, then you see his mouth open very quickly. That's when the WD-40 gets put over here.
Scared.
Otherwise,
You're
the Zionists.
scared of communists. You're scared of your communist overlord.
The look, just read a book by William Bloom. That's your homework.
I've read it.
Yeah, Al-Idrisi. First, you had the map.
Why don't you
They had
read
Africa at the
Benjamin
top.
Disraeli?
Africa
That
was
will
at the
change.
top before. Al-Idrisi came. He flipped the map. Why? Because one of the reasons the Europeans didn't like this because Africa
that
was
you live in
a
England
giant body of
shows that
mass,
you-
and Europe was this fragmented
believe
section
in
underneath the Africans, and they didn't want to
fact
be
that you wanna live in a
dominated
Christian
by the
country,
Africans.
yeah, shows that you
Al-Idrisi
believe
came.
Christianity
He
is
flipped the map,
superior.
and today we have the map.
Christianity is
Flipped.
the fulfillment of
They
Judaism.
flipped it again from Al-Idrisi's
Islam
time.
is nothing.
Citrus fruits,
You know,
oranges,
Jews revere Christian
lemons,
theology.
limes. Before the Muslims had taken over Spain, before that,
But they
he
don't- they lost
didn't
it
know
all. They lost it
about
all.
oranges, bananas, artichokes,
Where are
rice,
they now? Where are they
aubergines.
now?
They were bought in for you
Where are the Muslims in
to
Spain?
eat, to
Where
desire.
are the Muslims in Spain?
to have these sumptuous meals. Well, they're there, they're still there, but Muslims
Why?
don't.
It destroys
Muslims
everything.
don't outstay their welcome.
Why do you hate humanity so much? You want to see everywhere.
You're the one
destroyed.
that's calling Britons retards and Nazis. I don't call I don't call them that.
Because no one understands God.
Mate, I know you're hating on England just because
No,
they
on
were
English
colonized by
people.
Germanic settlers.
English
Oh
people.
yes, the English were not the first people in this
welcomed
country.
you in. They
No,
welcomed
no,
the
no,
wolves
no.
into the
The
house.
first people in this country were the Celtic Britons.
Oh, shut up.
Oh yes,
We're talking about
I'm
modern
about
day
to
now.
educate you now.
We're
The
talking about
Celtic
Islam
Britons,
in the modern
the Welsh, the Scottish, the Irish, they were here before the English.
Please, talk to
Then
me.
the Germanics came. They
to
then
me.
colonized
Talk to me. Don't
England.
talk to them. They're not
They
listening.
colonized England after the Anglo-Saxons. That's when they established
You know
England.
our history better
This
than
guy's
your own
coming here.
history.
This guy's coming here and
Our
saying,
history is
English,
superior.
England. What England? Tell me the reality
do
of
you know
England.
my history?
Germanic
Why do you know my
settlers,
history?
Anglo-Saxons.
Why do you know my history?
Even the language
I
of the
know it.
English came from Old English. The Anglo-Saxons imported it in.
And where did that come from?
That came from Latin. That came from the European languages.
What about-
And the word like blighty.
What about German?
Blighty is a Hindi word.
Danish?
It means, the original word is Valetti. Yeah,
Danish?
they say blighty, mate, blighty. Blighty is
Yeah, I
a
don't know
Hindi
anything
word.
about Pakistan.
It's a Hindi
I don't
word.
want to know anything about Pakistan.
Freddie Mercury, Google this.
Yes.
Right now, Google it.
Iranian.
Freddie Mercury
Iranian.
was not born in this country.
He was Iranian.
One of the greatest
That's how you be-
pop icons
that's
of
how
this
you
country.
assimilate.
Freddie Mercury,
Yeah, that's
his
how it's
name
done.
is Farouk.
Yeah,
Oh
he-
my
he
God.
didn't preach Islam.
Farouk.
He made rock
His
and
name
roll
is Farouk.
music.
Google
He made
this.
rock and roll
Freddie
music. You
Mercury.
see?
Freddie Mercury was born in Zanzibar.
You ban rock
And he
roll
came
music.
to this country.
You ban the music that Freddie
And then-
Mercury makes.
And then he
Yes.
changed his name
You don't
to
like his
Freddie.
music.
Boris
He was a
Johnson was born in
homosexual.
America.
You would stone him
Cliff
to death.
Richard was born in India.
You would stone
The
him to
great
death.
great-grandfather
You would
of the
crush him under a
Queen
wall.
was German.
You would throw
Don't
him off a
lecture me
building.
about England
You would throw
and about
Freddie
English.
Mercury off a building.
I'm in this country. I respect England.
Would you not
I
throw
respect the
Freddie
English.
Mercury off a
I
building?
love this. This is my country. But when you come over here and you say England and the English are racist, we're going to vote for reform. And he's saying the English are retarded, they're Nazis. No, they're not. The English are loving, kind people. Yeah, don't disrespect them. However, when we're talking about the history, you have to be accurate. You have to talk about the history and be just to it. Give evidence. Not, oh, I'm feeling angry. I don't know what's in that little cup that he's got. God knows, maybe it's a bit of rum, a bit of vodka, who knows? But point, guys, is make sure you read. Yeah, become educated, unlike our individual over here. What can you? He was an Indian. Freddie Mercury was an Indian. He's from Zanzibar. His name is Farouk. I think Bolsonaro. His name is Farouk, for God's sake.
Show some gratitude. Show some gratitude.
Yeah. It's okay. It's all right. It's all right. It's the whole day to go. Yes,
I'm ready.
Yeah.
Step foot. St. George hasn't stepped foot in this
The good thing
country.
about St. George is he didn't come to England.
He was a Palestinian.
No, he was Greek. He was Greek.
Search it up. Either
Greek.
Palestinian or Turkish. He certainly wasn't from this country, and he certainly didn't step foot in this country. Did he slay a dragon?
Macedonian Greek.
Did
The Greek
he didn't
Empire
slay a
ran
dragon?
the whole place, right?
He didn't slay a dragon. He wasn't from this country. Before the Israelites were the
Irrelevant.
Canaanites.
Yeah,
They were Arabs.
they were another tribe.
If you're talking about ancestors, then you should be supporting the Palestinian cause.
Why? It's a lost cause.
Because according to your logic,
Nobody wants
it's
Palestinians.
according to your logic, it's about the ancestors.
Why won't the neighbouring Islamic countries take in any of these?
So if I take your house, suddenly it's up to your neighbors to take you in.
But they never should have
Come
had their house
on,
there in
mate.
the first place.
This is a dead logic.
No,
It's dead logic, mate.
you only
honestly.
go back to the point of history where you want to go back.
We
You won't
go back
to
as far as it goes.
You won't go
We
back.
go back
No,
as far as it
you won't
goes.
go back to Moses.
We go pre-Moses,
What's pre
Canaanites.
Yeah, but that's nothing to do with you. That's
That's
between
because
the Jews
look,
and
I
the
can tell
Canaanites.
you're unaware of this.
But they were
So
Jewish.
be humble,
Yeah?
be humble.
They
Go
were the
home
same.
and read.
What did the Canaanites look like? They didn't look like Arabs.
Look, you're just embarrassing
You're
yourself.
a terrorist supporter, aren't you? Condemn Hamas. Come on, condemn Hamas.
Pronounce it properly.
Condemn Hamas.
Pronounce it properly.
Yeah, you're an ass, aren't you? Because you won't condemn Hamas. Come
Condemn
on.
Hamas.
I don't care, I don't speak Arabic.
Yeah.
Come on, can you condemn terrorism?
Well, then condemn IDF then.
I'm not a Jew and I'm not an
I
Israeli.
don't care if
so
you're
it's
not
none
an
of my
Israeli
business.
IDF.
But I know that you lot support terrorism.
But I'm not a Palestinian and I'm not Arab. Why do I need to
Condemn
condemn?
terrorism.
Yeah, so
Why do
why
I
are you
need to condemn
supporting
Hamas?
them?
Condemn terrorism.
Why do
your
I need
business.
to condemn Hamas?
Yeah.
If you don't need to condemn IDF,
Yeah.
because what did you say? You're
Because
not.
The Jews
You're not
have a right
Jewish.
to be there.
You're
It's
not
their
Jewish.
land.
You're not
It's their
Jewish.
country.
You're not Jewish. You're
It's
not
their
Zionist.
country.
I'm full of shit.
Condemn. Don't touch me.
You're the one that touched me.
Yeah. Condemn Hamas.
Let him touch me. Let him touch me.
Condemn
No
Hamas,
problem.
you terrorist supporter.
Okay.
Why didn't you get out of this country?
Okay.
Supporting
Relax.
terrorism.
Relax.
piece of shit.
Okay.
Fuck off.
Okay. Relax.
You terrorist supporter.
Easy. Okay. You
By
listen-
the way, I converted to Islam. because
Listen,
I
relax.
spoke to you.
Listen. You said, according
Yeah.
to your logic,
Yeah.
when I said, do you condemn the IDF?
Yeah.
You said, I'm not a Zionist and I'm not a Jew.
I never said that. I said I'm not an Israeli.
You're
and
not
so
an
I'm a Jew.
Israeli and you're not a Jew.
See, you're so full of hate against Jews. You call them Zionists.
No, Hamas makes this distinction
call
in
Israeli
their charters.
Zionists.
They say there's a difference between Zionists and Jews. They make the distinction themselves.
Yeah.
Did
Yeah.
you know this?
So you support the state of Israel then?
I'm
Zionists
telling
are
you, do
good.
you know this? In
Yam
2017,
Israel High,
Communist
Yam
Jews.
Israel High.
in 2017,
Yeah, a lot of Jews that became
they
communists.
revised their charter.
Do you support the state of Israel? Do you stand with Israel?